You guys have such great chemistry. I'm like already cracking up.
We do.
Yeah, I don't know. He's chill.
We were just
I like
saying-
chill people.
You were just saying?
She's going with, she was talking about her Scary Spice, and she thinks of me as Creepy Spice.
Oh, that's the,
So
like, that's
I don't
the
know
dynamic
why,
here?
but that's...
Well, I don't think creepy is like a bad thing. I don't mean like, oh, he's a creep, but like he's creepy.
I mean, this show
And I'm
is...
scary. And
This
it's
show
so
is a
Why am I
little-
creepy? You keep saying that.
This show is a little creepy.
The show's a little creepy.
and scary. And also...
Okay,
And you might think I'm a little creepy in the show, but...
Ben Lefevre is creepy. How about
That's
that?
my character on
To,
the show.
to me, I thought
And he's
Ben
not
Lefevre-
creepy.
He's scary. Tell us what Chambers...
He's creepy to... he's creepy to...
Are you going to take my scary brand?
You can
Yeah.
take this
You
Chambers.
take
I started
Tell us
talking about the show.
Yeah, tell us about Chambers.
Okay, you do. You go.
Okay,
'Cause it's
so-
about you.
Here we go. So Chambers follows the story of Sasha Yazzie, who I play, and she has a heart attack and receives a heart transplant. And the heart and all of its dark mysteries and tales then conspire and influence her life in many ways. And it brings her into the Ben and Nancy Lefevre household.
And the heart donor was our daughter.
Yes.
Uma Thurman and I play the parents of the girl who died and gave Sasha her heart.
Do you,
And it kind of goes from there.
do you have an interest in metabolic trauma? Like what brought you to the script? Also, shout out to the heart patch.
Right?
Don't think it's gone unnoticed.
That's how we got into the Scary Spice
Yes.
whole conversation.
Yes, scary spice all the way down, and we're here for it.
Yeah, was there? But like, had you heard of it? Did you know that this was something that sometimes like there's metabolic trauma is a real thing when you read the script?
I did not know that. I heard that afterwards, but I did not know that. Did you know that?
I am a trained medical assistant.
Wait, really?
Yeah, in high school.
No kidding.
I had dreams of being a doctor before, anything. The creative field scares parents. So medical field goes,
Yeah.
I went that way. And so I have a huge, deep fascination with anatomy of the body, and I find it very beautiful and very, it's very interesting and so deep and so many thousands of wires connecting so many things. So approaching this story and the way we approached it, I was just happy all the way through. Because it's a deeply fascinating and very morbid field of medical technology, but it's one of the fastest advancing ones.
I love medical technology.
But that's one of the things about this show that's so cool, I think, is that, so, as Sivan mentioned, she gets this heart. And she starts to have these very bizarre associations with the dead girl. And as we we're grieving parents and want to bring her into our life, and we're this affluent family, and she's from a less affluent community, and we want to kind of bring her in and give her everything and really make her a surrogate daughter, which is freaking her out. Hence the creepy.
Creepy,
Hence
right?
what's creepy about that. But the thing that's cool about what our creator Leah Rachel did is these seemingly supernatural visions and associations that Sivan's character Sasha is having, you're not sure if it's just metabolic trauma and if there's a real explanation for it, or if it actually is supernatural and scary spice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing this because that's how Chambers is going to leave you.
No, just for the record, that's how I felt watching the preview.
The
I was just
story is it has a lot of really unique layers, I think, because on the outside it has its tropes and it has its stereotypes looking on the outside. Poor girl, rich girl, white girl, brown girl, but none of that is actually existent in the show. The actual storyline, it's a demon.
It's a demon. It's about...
It's some scary shit going on.
It's about some scary shit.
It's some scary shit going on affecting these two families.
Yeah.
And we touch the conversations of, I come from the poor side of the world and they come from the rich side of the world, but Becky and Sasha are the same person.
Right.
Within what they enjoy as teen girls. And
Becky's
it breaks down.
I got...
It breaks down all the walls of that. We're not trying to be ooh, evil white people and ooh, scary rich people.
Just slightly creepy white people.
Yeah.
It's a story just about people.
Yeah.
But let's talk real quick. You mentioned Uma Thurman. You've got some heavy hitters, yourself included, on the show. And then there's also a lot of rising stars. So what was the dynamic like on set?
I think everyone was just wanting to put in 100% and make something honest and make something collaborative and just something everyone was going to feel good with. And I don't know, from you and Uma, I never got they're, way up here and better than me. They've always made me feel confident, go and do your work. We're here with you and we're all working, so just do the work.
That was the coolest thing for Uma and I, and another Lily Taylor's in the show's a great
she's amazing.
actress, and so for us to have, just speaking for myself, I was so turned on by all of these young actors that we have in this show who are amazing. Sivan's incredible in it, but there's just all of these people that I who are just, you're 19, but I mean, they were like in their early 20s and so gifted and
Kiana Simpson.
And Kiki is Kiana is so amazing, and there's a whole group that people are going to discover in this. So that was super inspiring to me and Uma.
Were there any, like did you pick up any lessons from Tony or Uma?
Of course.
Did you pick up any lessons from all these rising stars?
Yes.
Of course. I just watch them work and observe as I do. And Uma would throw me actor nuggets, little hits of knowledge, and then he would also just give me advice, and we'd have conversations about like stuff I had anxiety over. And it just helped everything just move, help everything flow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and from our point of view, I think at least speaking from me, seeing Sivan work, and I got to work with her both as an actor and a director, because I directed one of the episodes, and working with somebody who is starting out in their career, who yet is so tuned into her own instincts, and this is true of a lot of the young actors, they just are they listen to themselves in a kind of a deep way, where sometimes actors like me and Uma or whoever, if you've been doing it for many years, you can kind of develop a bag of tricks. That you go, okay, this is what's required. I know what this is. And then you kind of do it, but you realize, you know what? I'm not really discovering this in an authentic way. So working with these guys was just a daily reminder of like, no, that's bullshit.
It's almost inspiring.
It's very inspiring and instructive, and it made me jealous of like, why wasn't I that good when I was 19 years old?
I'm starting to think you're Nice Spice, all right? That's all I'm saying. I'm starting to think you're Nice Spice. We got to talk just a little bit about Scandal real quick, all right?
Okay.
Just real quick. Is it hard for you not to be going back to that set? I mean, we were talking about such a groundbreaking show, especially a show that had a black female lead after that hadn't been one on a network for decades. Do you miss it?
I just went from a black female lead to a Native American female lead.
Rock and roll.
That's my jam. It's not. Look, Scandal was perfect in its kind of shape. We had 7 years. It ended in a very purposeful way. A year ahead of time, Shonda was like, "This is how I'm going to finish." We knew, we were all grateful it didn't sort of go on forever and start to degrade in quality. So that was awesome. So I'm glad it ended when it did. I really miss the people, because it was just an incredible group. But we talk and see each other all the time. We have a text chain daily that fires off.
You have a group text?
Oh yeah, and we see each other, as often. For people who are scattered all over the planet, we do stay in really close touch. So that's a beautiful thing.
That's so awesome. And like I said, it was this driving force, this breaking through. Sivan, do you find that there are more roles out there for you right now? Or do you find that there's more diverse roles that you, can go and tackle? Are you encouraged by it, or do you think there's still a long way to go?
I think there's a long way to go in representation. I feel like we have to really deconstruct the idea of like putting someone in a role and thinking of like the skin color first as like the base of like that tells the story. There's a lot of roles I've read that I was like, yeah, I could do that. But me being ethnic somehow just didn't work with the story, I guess, backline, plotline, whatever, happened to support what they were envisioning for the main girl. But all I know is I'm going to keep working, and I hope that Hollywood keeps working with me, and there's more representation, and everyone just finds their space and finds their like grounding here.
There's a lot of pressure now. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just someone in the business and sometimes the producing side of the business. There is really good. I mean, there's a long way to go, because Sivan is the first Native American actress to be the lead of a series. That's incredible. That tells you a lot. But so there's a long way to go, but it is absolutely in the front of every conversation when you're pitching a project or so they're about to greenlight a project. They say, can we cast this in the most diverse way possible? Can we make the lead role a woman? Can we, make it? So there's a lot of pressure finally on corporate America, at least in Hollywood, to really make real progress.
And I'm glad that you said finally, because what a welcome change that is. Sivan, Tony, thank you so much, guys, for coming on. Congrats on Chambers. I'm so looking forward to it. It looks very creepy and very scary.
I'm going to spook you.
But I think you are both very nice. You were definitely going to spook you. I'm ready. Thank you guys so much. Chambers premieres on April 26th on Netflix. Don't miss it.